Hey guys, and welcome to part 2 of Finding Nemo, the video game on the PS2. Right, on to level 4. This is where we first get to play as Marlin. So we just witnessed the terrible capture of the little clownfish Nemo, and his father is off to save him.
There's this fellow who seems to be tripping balls.
Well, they didn't show up because these divers are taking photographs. It's like psychological thing. You're amused by these fish you want to take a photo, but you don't realize you're harming them.
Boy, he's really lucky that propeller activated it when it did, because if he had been any closer,
it'd be a very short
Marlin would be an ex-Marlin.
Now, I mentioned before that Marlin and Nemo and Dory are your playable characters. The only differences between them is movement speed because of the size of them. Because obviously Marlin's bigger than Nemo and Dory's the biggest one of all. So the bigger they are, the faster they swim.
Oh, great! So Dory's slow.
No, she's fast.
Oh, wait, what?
Nemo's the slowest of the three. Oh, damn it!
Fantastic start.
This is a bullshit level. It's like they force you in. You have to do all this shit fast. You saw the countdown. If I run out of time, I'm back to where I started.
Your battle royale car explodes.
Yes. And you saw there I got hit by the pufferfish. Plus, this entire level is nothing but currents.
And you're rushed. And you have to rush.
You have to rush to do all this. You're in a hurry to do all these side quests.
So it's not.
He's just seen his son get captured. Oh, let me put this where it belongs.
Quest.
If there's one thing I will compliment is the music. Actually, it's pretty good. Like this one
is it the same music from the movie? Or
no, this is completely. This is completely redone, original music. But I would imagine if they had to use the music from the movie, we would get copyright claimed. Because the movie soundtrack is really good too, but this is also a very good video game soundtrack.
You're getting really close to that guy there.
You got the crow though.
I've got crow, so I can at least take a few hits. And here's Marlin's surprise where he gets a star. No, it's
my God, the faces.
Not as darky as Nemo. Oh, you know, take two more hits.
Well, it depends on the amount of crow you have. Like, even if you just have one crow, you can still take it. Now, you see there, I've made it in time, so the clock is going to reset.
So if you fuck up, you're
back to here
with 90 seconds.
Alright, well, the clock refills.
You go back in time.
You go back in time, basically. But even though you get all the side quests done. Side quest fraud.
Going back in time.
May I remind you, you're constantly fighting currents, hence why I'm moving up, down, left and right. And I'm fighting control.
We talk about stellar games. We talk about just set your AI noob sidebar. Oh wait, wrong game.
Yes, there's a lot of enemies. You see that I'm going really slow because the water is pushing me forward.
On that note, though, Noob Saibot was so wasted in the storyboard for MK11. He does like nothing in that game.
Cal Gaming, where we don't talk about the game we're playing right now.
Why talk about it? We've always done that. We're like brain scratch guns. Wait, was that the mask?
Yeah, that's the mask.
That was just the mask itself. Oh wait, it was the mask.
It is the if you pay attention when he's catching up the boat, the mask fell off.
I forgot the plot point of the mask falling off.
The mask falls off. So but unique to this game is that he finds it early, but in the movie he doesn't find it until later on.
Much later on. Just
an excuse to give a character the level. Oh, it's this bubble trail one, and booyah!
Hurry up! Your son's gone missing, and you're killing enemies.
I don't know. He's at this point he's protected by plot.
Alright. But we see where Nemo inherited his bloodthirst from.
Maybe that explains the red eyes.
Marlin was banished away to this side of the sea for the first genocide. Yeah. Nemo is now partaking in the second genocide.
This is annoying when you get this. You get two enemies, but you've only got one bubble.
And you have to wait for the bubble.
Or you can go off screen to respawn it quickly.
Do enemies do that bullshit thing Mega Man does where they respawn if you go off screen?
No, once they're gone for good.
I fucking hated that in Mega Man. It made no sense whatsoever. Oh.
Running out of time. Oh, okay. I had to ignore those bubbles in the process. This is the one where the draw distance is intentionally like this, so you can't see what's in the distance of the ocean.
Oh, great.
It's like Superman 64's Kryptonite fog.
Kryptonite fog.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You know, one of the reasons that game, it ended up being as bad as it was because the developers actually had Warner Bros. Executives breathing down their necks the whole time. And the kind of people who have no idea how to make a game. And the sad thing is, there was supposed to be a PS1 version of the game, and there's beta footage of it, and it looks so much better. It got canned though, because by that point, Titus were bankrupt. No wait, I don't think they were back. I don't know if that was around the time they were shut down, but the last game I think they ever made was a Japanese-only Garfield game, actually.
Oh.
Huh. And there's who think it was all Titan's fault. Well, Titan's, not Titus. Oh, fucking hell, I can't talk tonight.
How do I talk?
Sorry, tonight is
there go all your crumbs.
Tonight, Andrew, is not even known.
Yeah, the draw system.
That thing popped out of existence there. Did you see that?
Yeah, it does that. And the bottom, but the mask is gone. No, I
wonder if all the fish disappeared as well when Thanos used the Infinity Gauntlet. Imagine if Nemo had disappeared.
Dad, I don't feel so good.
Now, we've got this last bit where you've got to avoid the schoolfish here, but... yeah, the voices here.
Just imagine Chris Redfield, RE6, from Jerk Chris, get out of the way!
Yeah. You have to avoid these fish because somehow they hurt you.
Look at
recycled dialogue lines.
This is all you're doing for this last part of the level. Even despite the good music.
Watch your back. On your left.
Turn your right, fire. Like Jor-El from Man of Steel.
Oh, you missed 11 rings.
Don't care.
Nah, I know, I'm just gonna fuck with you like that for the rest of the playthrough. Because I'm a dick like that.
Ah, here she is. Everyone's favorite character. Like, okay, Dory is pretty much the highlight of the movie for me.
Yeah.
Would you agree though?
Yeah.
And of course she gets a movie based on herself.
Yeah.
Finding Dory.
And you know, I think what makes her stand out is it's her performance from Ellen DeGeneres. I bet that's what's her name is.
Same actress for the sequel too.
Yeah.
But she actually set before Finding Nemo.
No, that's after.
Oh.
But the only one they had to get a new kid in town was for Nemo because the guy who previously
it's like
grew up.
Alphonse. It was like when
time passes, kids grew up.
It was like Alphonse Elric in the original Fullmetal Alchemist series. He had grown up by the time Brotherhood was being worked on.
It's all right. He's gone. It'll be okay.
No, they took him away. I have to find the boat.
A boat? Hey, I've seen a boat.
You have?
Uh-huh. And it passed by not too long ago.
A white one?
Hi, I'm doing
What the fuck? You're so stupid. You make me look smart.
Well, what do you expect?
That's saying a lot.
She suffers from short-term memory loss. Right, this level's pretty
Then how does she remember her own bloody
it's
name?
It's like the last thing Marlon needs right now is to run into a fish who'd seen the boat and has fucking short-term memory loss.
Right, this one is just one gimmick. This is a pretty short level. You have to keep up with Dory.
I can't remember. Did she actually see the boat yet?
No, I don't. She just. Well, what would you expect? She has memory loss.
I think she might have actually seen.
But then forgot it.
It's been a long ass time since I've seen the movie. Yeah. So.
You better maybe you'll probably watch this when you go home tonight. Watch the movie.
He said he's looking for his son. She doesn't seem the type that would intentionally give him false hope.
That looks like a nightmare trying to get all the ranks as well as the speed boosts.
Yeah. It is a nightmare because
you had the rank.
Well, you can slow down if you want,
no,
but
no shortcut for you.
Yeah, you can slow down if you want, but you know, by pressing down on the X button. But if you want to speed up, you have to hold it down.
This is a chase sequence, so.
It is.
So if you slow down,
yeah, if she goes too far, you lose. Where it ends, the cutscene basically Marlon says, "Where does she go? Well, I'll do it now," and then gives up.
This way. It went this way. Follow me.
Get used to seeing this at least 2 more times now, because but the level design changes.
Oh, they do it. Oh, god damn it!
It's 3 times the roll of 3. Yeah. But it's like a racetrack. They loop. So I'm getting the bubble rings, then I'm catching up to her.
It's like the bosses in Devil May Cry 1.
If you miss the boost range, she goes further ahead. You can tell by the little bar at the bottom there.
Doesn't seem like it. What was the question mark? Do you still
Oh my
have to
god, the
press that?
face! I just noticed the faces and the icons on that bar.
The two, like,
That's the face of evil on Dory right there.
Yeah.
well, that's how they looked in the mini games of the Game Boy Advance version of the game.
Oh, so they recycled those for this.
Well, not the game models, but the images,
The
like
images.
the 2D drawing images of them. They're decent enough. I mean, you can if you're in art class, you could draw these easily.
Well, I can tell that it's Marlin and Dory, so
Aye.
if I couldn't tell who it was, that'd be a problem.
If you're wondering what the question mark is, that's basically the shortcut. You press
Still
the
have to press. Yeah,
you press it. You press it as soon as it pops up and gives you a shortcut.
Because I didn't see it earlier when you got the other short.
Because I wasn't close enough to the hole. This is another good music piece I like, actually.
Aye.
I think in general, one of the things that really needs to be there to enhance the game experience is a good soundtrack. If it's one of the most important, aspects. If a game has a really bad soundtrack, I think it detracts from the overall experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have to agree with that, because even like Sonic 06, as a masterpiece of a shithole that was, at least they got the music track
That's
right.
one of the things that I love so much about my favorite game of all time, Final Fantasy X. The soundtrack.
Yeah.
That game would not be anywhere near as like fun to go through if not for that soundtrack. That soundtrack is perfect.
Anyway, part 3.
We just did this!
Yep.
For God's sake, woman.
This is the hardest of them all. Mainly because there's these 2 cages that are going to be in your way here. You have to burst the door. Like by dashing to the door to push it open.
And the game doesn't tell you how to do that.
Well, it does tell you how to dash, but then every character has that dash.
It's like Pepsi Man. It doesn't tell you how to do the speed up dash, which you need to beat the game.
Pepsi Man!
You know, I used to have a chipped PS1 years ago with a chipped copy of that, and I 100%.
Wait, how did you get that? Because
I have
Pepsi
no
Man's
idea.
Japan only.
I have no idea. Like, it wasn't an official
It's called
desk.
importing,
though.
Andrew.
It wasn't an official desk. It was like back in the days when
Oh, it was
chipped
one of
desks.
those. I think I know how they might have done it. I can't remember what it's called though.
Like, I didn't understand how it worked back then, but essentially the game was burned onto a desk.
Aye.
But in this day and age, that's known as piracy. So
Aye.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember.
but that won't stop someone from trying to do that.
I remember years ago I had the laptop that had that function in it, and it was being great. Just renting a game from Blockbuster. Oh,
Yeah.
looks like I got a copy.
Like, that was what my dad used to do with movies back in the day before Netflix and all that became a thing. He would burn movies onto a disc.
Yeah, I suppose that is the best way to beat piracy, is make the official service more convenient. And
Stop following me, okay?
What are you talking about? You're showing me which way the boat went.
A boat? Hey!
Oh, for God's sake, this
we
is
literally just saw this in cutscene form.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Yeah, even Marlon's finally had enough.
You told me which way the boat was
Hello.
going.
Hello.
I did.
Follow me. Okay. Imagine if this used the game speak from Oddworld. That'd be hilarious.
I'm a clownfish.
By the way, I did some research on clownfish, and by that I mean glad said the
Wikipedia. 'cause you're a
Wikipedia
lazy
page. Yeah,
bastard.
clownfish don't actually have don't have a long lifespan. They can only live up to a max of 7 years.
It runs in my family.
There was a hilarious, like, what was it, shirt I saw the other day? What was it? I don't call it being lazy, I like to call it selective participation. There was another great shirt I got as well, and it's like a big green circle on it, and above it it says things Jon Snow knows, and it has a green box that says nothing.
Hello.
You heard that right.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
That's Jess Harnell's impression
Yeah.
of Bruce.
That-
Terrible. So let's do some editing magic and fix that, shall we?
I hope this doesn't get like claimed,
Claimed,
because
right.
if this is the actual footage from the movie, then this might get flagged.
No, what I've done is I've let the cutscene is in the game.
cutscene's the exact same.
Is in the game,
the
but
voice is
the
from
audio
the
I've
video.
Aye.
switched the audio, so it should be fine. But even then, if it's a claim,
I won't
whatever.
save us from the end game dialogue.
But yeah, that's how Bruce. No, but well, Bruce sound. I've changed him how he sounds in the cutscenes,
And
but
the movie
in the movie
cutscenes, but
cutscenes.
in
But
the
in game, he's
gameplay-
gonna sound
Oh,
like
boy.
that.
Oh, good.
It's odd too, because Jess Harnell is capable of really good performances. I think he was who was it? Wacko, the little blue Animaniac.
Actually,
Animaniac.
God, that takes me back.
Name's Bruce. It's alright, I understand. Why
trust a shack, right?
It's like, yeah.
Of course, he's Australian.
Yeah, it's their fault for being scared of something that's known to eat them.
Yeah. Well, grey white sharks don't only attack you unless they smell your blood.
Aye.
Bucks like you doing out so late.
We talk about.
We're not
Look at
even out.
Jaws.
We're not even out.
That motherfucker and went after anyone.
You really? That's not a shot. That's a rubber. That's a guy in a rubber suit.
Dude, like back in the old days, like that movie was like one of the scariest ever made. It put like the fear of sharks on the map, essentially.
Aye.
And this is the first time we play as Dory. Again, not much difference between the three cows except speed, because Dory's the biggest fish of the three of them. She can swim the fastest.
You'd think her size would make her slower.
And this is another one of those. It's just like the last level where you have to keep up with Bruce. Only you have to avoid these obstacles because you're in the deep of the bottom of the. You're not in the abyss, but you're at the bottom of the current, and by that you have to avoid these tentacles and gas here. And sometimes the gas is the visual preference of the gas can fuck you up, as it used to
You're
do.
still fighting for control here.
Not until we get to the bit where they throw fight control. But there's
Of course.
also mines. You touch it and you blow up.
Oh, I know. I would know all about that.
Yeah.
I go through that on a daily basis in garage, but it is not fun. I go flying all the
No, it
way.
is fun, just not for you.
And what I mean by visual preference is that you could see the liquid popping up. You would think it doesn't affect you because it's not really thick, you know, if you know what I mean.
Aye.
But it still manages to affect you.
Yeah.
May I remind you that if you get hit or you get a failed cutscene at the back of
Back
the beginning,
to the
of
beginning
that
of that
section,
part.
yes.
Oh, there was that. I guess
Yeah, that's the
I'm
gas
talking
side.
about that came out of nowhere. That's almost impossible to see coming.
I hate it at the last section because it's the very
Throws
last
everything
bit
at you.
at the very last turn. Not to mention when we get to the mines, the currents come back.
Oh.
And and this will actually happen to me actually. When Bruce gets ahead and you can't keep up, he turns around and gets angry, and I assume he goes to eat off screen.
Aye.
This is what I mean. Touch these mines, you blow up, and then you'll fight bubbles. You see here, look, the current's trying to push me to the bombs.
Yeah.
Oh, that pushed you out of reach of the speed
Yes, it
bump.
did.
Yeah, that's bad game design.
Yeah.
Trust me, you have to play this to believe it. Like you saw there.
Oh, you're dead. Oh, maybe not.
Like, see, it's pushing me.
What? Cole Phelps is here, the pusher. He's
So-
taking the form of the ocean.
No, he somehow.
He's all
Gold
powerful.
Phelps shapeshifter.
No. What happened was that Gold Phelps went into the future in 2014, and he got hit by the particle acceleration explosion in Central City, and gained the ability to control the current in the water.
Or maybe they designed the Terminator after Cole Phelps, and he went back in time.
Now, what's bullshit is that if you miss one boost ring, the distance between you and Bruce gets longer. You saw that, like that massive
big
jump.
ass distance there.
Oh, here's the next part.
Careful, my little tidbits. You don't want to be popping any of them balloons.
Yeah, that's
It'd be
really
bad
bad.
for your health.
That's a really bad Australian
Chalked off to
accent.
the direction because Jess Harnell's getting so much better.
Sure, Dory.
No,
Now listen to what he says here.
But any more than 3 times on each balloon, and we're all gonna regret it.
3 times on each balloon, he said. Not only for these ones here. Bounce 3 times on each of these bombs, you will blow up. And you're back to the beginning. Yes, I'm gonna bounce on all of them.
You're playing with fire. Oh, you missed one.
No, I got that one. That was already red. You can tell by the colour change.
Do you have to go in a specific way in order
Yes,
to get
because
them
it does those where there's a fork in the road, but one fork in the road leads to a dead end. Like this here.
all? Again, this is a game for kids.
Yeah. Have fun.
Have fun dying in the bottom of the ocean.
You were bouncing out like, oh, let me bouncy, bouncy.
See, boom.
Trust me, I played around with trampolines as well in Garage Mod. It doesn't end well.
Now, you remember back in part 1 where I showed off that mini game where you bounce the ball through the blue hoops? There's a mini game in this. The bonus level in this one is you do exactly the same thing, only there's mines.
Oh, good.
If the ball touches the mine,
Who knew a kid's game could be so dangerous? Okay, where's the damn shark? There he is.
How come Marlin can keep up with him no problem?
Because video game.
Rubber band AI.
Yeah.
By the way, Bruce is the only in-game shark model.
We never see the other ones.
We see them in the movie
And the movie
cutscenes,
cutscenes,
but not in-game models.
That would take money and time, Andrew.
Yeah. Unless you say how
Here we go again.
And the carrots are back to.
Oh god.
Oh, you're fucked.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, see what I mean?
Yep.
Oh no.
That exclamation mark means he's
Does he
getting
have
too
to get
far.
all the way to the end of a line?
Yes,
for it
and
to
then
get
that's
the
it.
game over?
Yes.
Well.
I fucking touched that!
No.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead. Yeah, fuck you, Current.
No, Dory had another case of amnesia and forgot that she had,
Forgot
to, go,
where the fuck she was
had to
going.
go through the rings. Look at that face on Dory.
Alright.
Derp.
What, the 2D drawing?
Yeah. What was the name of the shark again?
Bruce.
Yeah.
No, he's not
Bruce
Bruce
Wayne? Yeah, I was just about to. You beat me to it, motherfucker.
This is Bruce Wayne's spirit animal.
Shark man.
This is Bruce Wayne in
Oh.
Earth 200.
I hope he's got shark repellent. or wait, if he's the shark now, will the
Yes.
shark repellent hurt him?
It's like, oh wait, you logic, Stephen?
Little fun fact, actually, the voice actor in the movie for Bruce is actually the guy who does Dame Edna. It's true. It's her.
And Incredibles?
No, and Finding Nemo.
Oh.
No, the Dame Edna, the famous drag guy. I'll get an image of him on my phone.
Unlike you, I don't know everything.
This guy, Dame Edna Average. That's the voice of
Oh,
Bruce.
Oh, you can't see it on our
Yeah,
screen.
I'm showing him all an image, folks,
Yeah.
because he doesn't understand. Yeah, Barry
What do you mean I
Humphries.
don't understand?
Yeah,
Probably stupid.
Barry Humphries. That's the guy's name. Australian, but he is also part of England. And that, yeah, so Dame Edna is the voice of a shark.
Okay, back to the game.
Yeah, we had to spend like 10 minutes just to explain what it is.
How's that phone, by the way? Do those squid on the side hurt you?
Yes, they do. They grab you and they squeeze you.
Fucking course.
Everything in this
Oh,
level
great.
hurts you.
So you can just die here at any point.
And then go back to the beginning level. Hence why I'm going all over the place.
Oh.
Basically,
Fuck.
yeah, don't touch anything.
You don't want to be here right now.
What do
I'm
you
not
mean?
even the one doing this and I feel unsafe.
What do you mean, Luigi? You can't even swim for the life of you.
What are you talking about? Just look at No Mario Wii.
This bit is bullshit right here. Ugh. I got
you
lucky.
Can you get hit by that?
Yes, and then back
To the
This is the very
beginning.
end.
God's sake.
This has happened to me plenty of times on the practice runs. So I was praying to God.
I remember one of the biggest criticisms of this game.
He says praying to God, what you're doing is you're swearing at the screen. He's like, don't you fucking do it to me again!
I remember one of the biggest criticisms of reviews actually being the difficulty.
Yeah.
Again, kids game.
Right. That's just, let's say, yeah. Sharks, things known to eat you. Their lair is a sunken ship surrounded by mines. Yeah, these people seem nice. Yeah. Yes, let's join them for a tea party.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out what could possibly go wrong. We'll see you guys in the next part.